Alright, in this video I'm going to show the condensed version of how to replace valve cover gasket on these Chevy Cruzes. This one is a 2016 with a 1.4 liter, but these engines have remained the same for many other years as well. And this is quite a common problem. If you're smelling burning oil, look under your hood, and if you're seeing signs like that with oil over there, oil headed onto the exhaust manifold, that's a sign that that valve cover gasket's time to be replaced. The tools you're going to need, 8mm hex head will remove these main valve cover bolts, and then you'll also need a Torx 30, so a T30 like that, and then a little screwdriver and a bigger screwdriver. Okay. You will need just a dab of silicone, though the blue is not the ideal one for this. The black, or honestly, you know, the ultra blue are probably a little bit better, but any of them will work fine because it's just a tiny dab. And I actually like a little bit of dielectric grease for the spark plug boots as well as other things. Okay. So first step here, make sure if your engine's really dirty, go ahead and clean that up a little bit, because you are going to be exposing the inner surface of your engine with the camshafts, etc. So maintaining a clean engine bay is important. Okay. So first step, go ahead and remove, and I've actually done this, I put this back together loosely for purposes of this video, but 8mm hex head, I used an impact, which works amazing. And then these bolts actually don't come all the way out, they kind of float like that. And then make sure they come all the way up, okay? And then once you've done that, you can actually go ahead and start to remove these wires. There's little clips there. A screwdriver will help you to get this piece here. You can see those little slots there line up down there, so a screwdriver can help to depress that clip so you can get that loose. Okay, and then you'll have to go ahead and get this plug, which is for the coil pack there. Actually, this panel here just lifts off straight off, and then here's where those Torx 30 bolts are. Okay, this has a clip that's normally resides here, and using a small screwdriver like that to remove that clip is the best policy. Mine was getting kind of old and actually broke during removal, so that's a little bit of an issue, but I think we'll be able to work around it. It's still pretty tight in there. Okay, but ideally you can retain that retention clip without breaking it. Okay, once the two T30 Torx bolts are loose and this is off, this whole pack will come out like this. Okay, so make sure you set that aside in a safe place so as not to damage that, and those two T30 bolts, don't lose those. Okay, then often, you know, this has been on here for 10 years. This car is 10 years old now. So using gentle use of a screwdriver between the cylinder head and the valve cover can help to release that. Just be very careful. You don't want to wreck the actual valve cover or score the cylinder head, or on this side, the timing cover. Okay, and then once all that's done, you can go ahead and take the oil dipstick out. Move all of these wires off to the side. So get all those off there. Then the whole cover will come out. Okay? And this is that part where keeping things clean is important, because were that to have been dirty, I would introduce dirt into the inside of the engine. Now, you can see on this job why we were having smoking, because that rubber gasket has hardened and now is cracked and compromised, and oil just leaks right from there right onto the exhaust manifold when any length of driving occurs, and it becomes pretty annoying. Okay, so next step is to clean off this surface. There's only a very small area where there's going to be any kind of gasket maker, and that's right here, there's two portions where the cylinder head meets the timing cover. So timing cover, cylinder head. That joint there is the only place that I recommend, or is in general recommended, to place a silicone sealant in addition to the gasket that you'll purchase. Okay, so right there and right there. Okay, otherwise that thing goes on there dry. But you do want to make sure you have a reasonably clean, oil-free surface without a lot of gunk on it. Okay, and then same thing on here. Go ahead and just clean those areas off. A little paper towel. If you have to use a little bit of a solvent, that's fine too. Okay, the new gasket looks like this. I got a Felpro. If you want to use that, that's the part number. I think I got this one from Rock Auto. And then you'll have to mind the Torx for the valve cover and those T30 bolts. So, but do note that some models don't have a T30 Torx bolt holding that coil pack on. Some have 10 millimeter hex heads. Your Torx will be different for those two. So if you have like mine, the Torx 30, that's 71 inch-pounds, otherwise known as 8 Newton meters. The 10 millimeters are going to be 89 inch-pounds or 10 Newton meters. And then the valve cover bolts, those are actually going to be the same as the Torx 30s at 71 inch-pounds or 8 Newton meters. You could probably just hand tighten those, like just take a good guess, but you don't want to overdo it because that'll pinch that rubber gasket off and could wreck it. Okay, so just be careful not to overdo it. And then I prefer a little dielectric grease, as mentioned. I'll put some of that just in this connection here, and actually a little bit on each of those spark plug boots. Just helps to prevent moisture from collecting, and also makes those parts come apart easier and for future maintenance. Okay, so it's gonna be put back together just the way it came apart. Just minding those Torx. No, this is kind of a bit of an executive summary without step-by-step showing it, but if you do have specific questions, please go ahead and leave those in the comments. But in any case, really appreciate you checking out the video. Do go ahead and leave any feedback or any tips and tricks you've come across in the comments, and thanks for checking out.